Learning English fast is possible. But most people are doing it wrong. They spend years memorizing grammar rules, avoiding mistakes, and never actually speaking. No wonder they feel stuck. The truth is, fluency isn't about perfection, it's about smart strategies, real-world practice, and making English a natural part of your life. And that's exactly what you'll discover today. Forget frustrating study sessions that lead nowhere. You don't need to live abroad or spend hours buried in textbooks to improve your English. What you need are powerful, practical techniques that actually work. Whether you struggle with pronunciation, hesitate when speaking, or don't know where to start, this video is your game changer. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to speak English confidently, without overthinking every word. If you're ready to break free from slow progress and start improving today, then stay with me, because what you're about to learn will transform the way you study forever. Learning English can feel like climbing a mountain at first. The grammar rules seem endless, and the vocabulary? Overwhelming. You start studying, and suddenly, every sentence feels like a puzzle. But here's the truth, every fluent speaker started at the bottom. The key is persistence. Just like learning to ride a bike, you wobble, you fall, but you get back up. The real magic happens when English becomes part of your daily routine. Immersion is everything. Surrounding yourself with English, even when it feels uncomfortable, is the fastest way to break through. Imagine reading a menu in English, thinking in English, even dreaming in English. Simple actions, like setting your phone language to English or naming objects around you, make a difference. It's all about repetition. The more you see and hear the language, the more natural it becomes. And here's something most people don't realize: mistakes are your best teachers. Ever noticed how kids don't stop talking just because they mispronounce a word? That's the mindset you need. Speak, make mistakes, correct yourself, repeat. It's a cycle that leads to fluency. But there's a secret weapon that can accelerate this journey even more, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. One of the easiest ways to make English a natural part of your life is to bring it into your home. Start by labeling household items with their English names: mirror, fridge, door. Every time you see them, your brain makes connections. This trick works so well because it turns passive learning into something active. Instead of memorizing random words, you learn by association. The best part? You don't even realize you're studying. Music is another game changer. Pick songs with clear lyrics, think Ed Sheeran, The Beatles, or Taylor Swift. Listen, sing along, and pay attention to pronunciation. Even better, find the lyrics and follow along. This helps with listening, rhythm, and even learning new expressions. Plus, it's fun. Imagine improving your English while belting out your favorite tunes in the shower. Now, that's multitasking. And of course, movies and TV shows are like gold mines for language learners. Start with English subtitles, then switch to English audio with no subtitles when you're ready. Shows like Friends or The Office are packed with conversational English and useful slang. You're not just learning words, you're absorbing natural speech patterns. But listening alone won't cut it. The real magic happens when you take it a step further. Listening is half the battle, But speaking? That's where most people hesitate. One of the best ways to improve both is through shadowing. This means listening to a native speaker and repeating exactly what they say, right after them. Try it with movie dialogues, podcasts, or audiobooks. It forces your brain to process English in real time, just like in a conversation. Think of it as karaoke, but for speaking skills. If you're serious about fluency, language exchange programs are a must. Apps like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with real people who want to practice with you. You help them with your native language, and they help you with English. It's a win-win. And let's be honest, what better way to learn than by actually talking to people? You'll pick up slang, get used to different accents, and become way more comfortable speaking. And don't underestimate the power of storytelling. Narrate your day, describe what you see, or even create short stories in English. If you love movies, retell the plot of your favorite film. This forces you to organize thoughts in English and use words you actually need. Speaking gets easier when it becomes part of your daily routine. But reading is just as important, and it's the next step to leveling up your English. Reading is one of the best ways to build vocabulary and improve comprehension. But here's the mistake most people make: they jump straight into complex books and get frustrated. Start small. Children's books are perfect because they use simple sentences and basic vocabulary. Titles like The Very Hungry Caterpillar or Charlotte's Web are great for beginners. They teach you new words without overwhelming you. Once you feel comfortable, move on to young adult novels. Books like Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, or Percy Jackson are fantastic because they're engaging and use conversational English. The goal is to enjoy the story while naturally picking up new words and expressions. And here's a tip: keep a notebook. Every time you come across a new word, write it down, look it up, and try using it in a sentence. Reading expands your understanding of English in a way no other method can. You learn sentence structures, grammar, and even cultural nuances. Plus, it trains your brain to think in English. But reading alone won't make you fluent. You need to put those words into action. And the best way to do that? Writing. Writing isn't just about grammar, it's about organizing thoughts in English. One of the easiest ways to practice is by keeping a daily journal. Write about your day, what you learned, or even your future goals. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is consistency. Over time, you'll notice your sentences flowing more naturally and your vocabulary expanding. Another great way to improve is by joining online forums. Websites like Reddit or language learning groups on Facebook are full of opportunities to write and interact in English. You can comment on discussions, share opinions, and even ask questions. The best part? You get real feedback. Seeing how native speakers write and structure their responses helps you learn faster. And if you want to take it even further, try writing short stories or essays. Pick a topic, your dream vacation, a funny experience, or even a movie review. Writing forces you to use new words, practice grammar, and express yourself clearly. And guess what? The more you write, the better you speak. Speaking confidence comes from using English daily, and that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Speaking in English can be nerve-wracking, but confidence comes with practice. One of the best ways to improve is by joining English-speaking clubs. Many cities have meetups where learners gather to chat in English. If in-person isn't an option, try virtual groups. Websites like Meetup or Discord have tons of English learning communities where you can practice in a relaxed setting. Another powerful trick is self-talk. Yes, talking to yourself out loud. Describe what you're doing, plan your day, or pretend you're explaining something to a friend. It might feel weird at first, but it's incredibly effective. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. And once you stop overthinking every word, that's when fluency really kicks in. But let's be real, nothing beats real conversations. Talking to native speakers forces you to think in English. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even if you make mistakes, keep going. The goal is communication, not perfection. And the best way to fine-tune your listening and speaking? Watching movies and listening to podcasts. Movies and TV shows aren't just entertainment, they're language learning tools. Pick something engaging, like Friends, The Office, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The dialogue is natural, and the humor keeps it fun. Start with English subtitles, then gradually remove them. It might feel challenging, but your brain adapts faster than you think. Podcasts are another must-have. TED Talks Daily, The Daily by the New York Times, and BBC Learning English are fantastic for exposure to different accents and speech patterns. Listen while commuting, working out, or doing chores. The more you hear English, the more natural it sounds. And don't just passively listen, engage with the content. Repeat phrases, mimic accents, and try summarizing what you heard. Listening is great, but interaction is what solidifies learning. And speaking of interaction, engaging with a community can take your learning even further. Surrounding yourself with English learners and native speakers makes all the difference. Online forums like Reddit's or /English Learning, Facebook groups, or language exchange apps connect you with people on the same journey. Learning with others keeps you accountable and makes studying more enjoyable. Study groups are another game changer. Having a small group of people to practice with, even once a week, keeps motivation high. Try discussing a book, a news article, or even a trending topic. The key is consistency. The more you practice with others, the faster you'll improve. And if you want an extra challenge, find a mentor. Many fluent English speakers love helping learners. Having someone to guide you and correct your mistakes speeds up progress. But no matter how good your strategies are, obstacles will always come up. The secret? Learning how to push through them. Making mistakes is frustrating, but it's also necessary. Every mistake teaches you something. Instead of getting discouraged, focus on improving. Keep track of common errors and work on them. For example, if prepositions confuse you, write down example sentences and review them daily. Motivation dips are normal. Some days, English feels easy, other days, it feels impossible. The key is consistency. Even if you only study for 10 minutes, keep going. Progress happens when learning becomes a habit. And most importantly, celebrate your wins. Every new word, every successful conversation, every book you finish, it's proof that you're improving. That's what keeps you moving forward. Now you know exactly how to improve your English in a smart, effective way. But here's the real question: are you actually going to apply it? Because knowing isn't enough. The only thing standing between you and fluency is action. So, what's your next step? Will you start practicing shadowing? Join a language exchange group? Or finally get rid of that fear of making mistakes? Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the biggest challenge you face in learning English? I want to help you overcome it. And if this video gave you even one valuable tip, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I have so much more to share with you. The journey doesn't stop here. Before you go, make sure to check out my last video. It's packed with even more strategies to help you speak English naturally and confidently. Click on it now, and keep improving your English every single day.